Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, November the 17th, 2021. Today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 3, 1 Kings 8, 22 through 30, Mark 13, 19 through 23, 9 through 23. And then you could have also read Psalm 13, Zechariah 12, 1 through 13, and then Mark 13, 9 through 23. That second set being the complementary texts for this Sunday's lectionary reading, in case your pastor decides to preach from that. I'm going to take a look at Zechariah 12, 1 through 13, 1, chapter 13, verse 1, and talk about what happens when it's all over, said, and done with. So one of the things that you can expect to hear from the prophets when you read the prophets, after all their words of judgment and punishment and advice, because that's kind of what they do. One of the things that you see most often you see from the prophets is they'll read out words of judgment, that God has judged that the actions of his people are bad or a person, but generally God's addressing the people. Because even if the leader does something bad, the people follow along with it, or the people that did follow along with it, they're responsible for the bad decisions their leaders make. So God will, through the prophet, talk about, this is my judgment about what you've done. This is the punishment prescribed. Here's my advice. Stop doing it. That's generally what it is. And things will go well for you. Don't stop doing it. Things are going to go badly for you. After all that's said and done, there are always words of restoration. I shouldn't say always, but 9 times out of 10, there are words of restoration that God, after the people have learned their lesson, God restores them. It's a restoration of God's presence to his people. It's a restoration of the people, to their place in the world, their rightful place in the world. And it's a restoration of that which was lost, right? And so that's where Zechariah is in this text. And after it's all said and done, God will restore his people after they've learned their lesson. That's the big thing. And not just that he will restore them, but he will actually cleanse them, as it says in this last verse, 13:1. He will cleanse them from sin and impurity. He'll cleanse them all from all that. So, there is a fountain that he's going to open. There's a fountain shall be opened. And so that's what they're looking forward to. On that great day, a fountain will be opened. And as that old hymn that you may have heard sung in church before says, there is a fountain, and sinners plunged beneath that flood will lose all their guilt and shame. That's the promise being made to the Jewish people in the midst of all their hardships. So, when a man named John came baptizing in the wilderness, they got pretty excited about it. Anyway, that's the DBR for today. Get out, enjoy the day. Great weather today here. I don't know about where you are, but it's gorgeous here. So get out and enjoy it, and we'll see you tomorrow with another DBR. Boop.